Hi everyone, my name is Domino. I guess you've reached this video because you're looking into experiences of people who took NCLEX-RN in Canada. In this video, I'm going to tell you briefly my experience about NCLEX-RN in Canada and how did I prepare for it. So I took my NCLEX yesterday, August 17, 2020. In preparation, 2 months ago, I subscribed to UWorld. I think I did a 2 months and 1 assessment subscription. That's I think the cheapest one. I also have a subscription from Canadian NCLEX-RN Mastery, which I subscribed almost, I think, a year ago. And a friend of mine also gave me review materials and notes which I used before taking the practice test from UWorld and Canadian NCLEX-RN Mastery. So I have 2 months to prepare. In the first week, I used to read all the review notes and materials. Then succeeding weeks, I did to answer the question banks. Because of the pandemic that's going on, some of my shifts were cancelled. I used the time to review for my NCLEX. And the biggest shift cancellations is in the month of August, from August 1 to 17. But I never asked for a replacement because I was thinking I will use this time to do an extensive review. So I did. I did an extensive review from August 1 to 17. When I answered a question from UWorld and Canadian NCLEX-RN Mastery, I make sure that I read the rationale below the question, because if you answer in tutorial mode, it will give you the rationale right after you submit your answer. And if I needed to review more about the content, I would go to YouTube and go to Simple Nursing. They have tons of information patterned for NCLEX test takers. And they make it very simple for you to understand and remember. Their NCLEX tips works as well. Going back to UWorld, I make sure I answer 75 questions per day. And it's not just one sitting. I think I answered like around 40 questions, and I do something and then go back and answer the remaining. So that's in a day. But it's in tutorial mode, so I can read the contents of those questions right away after I submit my answer. And I always get like 50 to 60% passing percentage. On the other hand, I answer 20 questions per day in Canadian NCLEX-RN Mastery and get 40 to 50% passing. By looking into the stats, I was shaking my head and thinking that this is not good. I work hard in the last few weeks and somehow increased my passing percentage to 60% and up. My friends told me that theirs is 70 to 80%. I think the biggest I have is 75% passing. So a day prior to the exam, I relaxed. I watched movies at night. I reviewed a little bit, just a little bit. Like I reviewed my notes very quickly, and I sleep early before my exam. On the day of my exam, that was yesterday, I woke up early, take my dog for a walk, and went home to pray. My exam is 4 p.m. And if you're asking like, why did you schedule your exam at 4? The reason is that my brain starts to work in the afternoon. So I might as well schedule the exam during those times. At 3 p.m. I arrive at the testing center and they have to shoo me away for like 30 minutes. They said go back after 30 minutes because I think there are still some people answering the exam. So I went to Subway and ate snacks. At 3:30 I was back and we're told to go into the 5th floor. I did a quick detour to the washroom to do number 1. Our identity were verified. We were given a locker, and then it's time to take the exam. Again, I prayed and acknowledged God before the exam because I was so scared. During my review, I saw a lot of videos on YouTube telling me to like relax, telling everyone to relax during their examination because if you can't control your emotion, you'll get overwhelmed with it and you'll fail the exam. So the exam started. The first 5 questions were easy. I was like, oh, this is the NCLEX exam. This is easy. And after the 5th question, then came the questions that were out of this world, not even familiar. I haven't seen them from UWorld though, and from NCLEX-RN Mastery, Canadian NCLEX-RN. I haven't seen them. And I was like, where did they get these questions? And I was given scenarios and diseases I haven't read. The system learned that I'm bad with SATA questions, so it bombarded me with a lot of those all throughout the exam. My friend told me that theirs stopped at 60, and some said their computer shut down at question 75, and they all passed. And I was so scared because here I am answering my item number 100. And I started to get worried. So I told myself to relax and chill. As long as that computer is giving me questions, there's still hope. And you have to make good answers. I tell you, when you reach 100, you would like to surrender and just wanted to have the test done. And you don't care about your answer anymore. So my friends, as long as that computer is giving you questions, think that it is giving you a chance to pass. So answer it good. And don't be afraid to take a 5-minute break. I did a 5-minute break. I went to the washroom. I eat chocolate, drink water, and came back. The clock won't stop though. So it continues on like going. So I think you are given 4 hours to answer the NCLEX exam. So to make a short story, the exam ended, I think, in the 113th question. I feel depressed after the exam because it was difficult, and passing the exam, I think, is a miracle. I feel like I'm about to cry when I went outside the building. I felt so exhausted. I told myself, I give it all, so it is what it is. Now I was home. My friend asked me, how was the exam? I told him, it was very difficult, and no way I will pass the test, I think. I didn't sleep well last night. I was turning from side to side from time to time. At 7 a.m. this morning, my dog waked me up. And the first thing I always do is to get my iPad and check my email. But this time, no. I prayed first. I was like, just gonna acknowledge God before everything else. So I opened my email and saw an email from CNO at 4 a.m. So that's like 12 hours after the 12 hours after the test. And it tells me to open my CNO account. So I went to my CNO account and opened it, and here it is. In the message section, it says NCLEX-RN result. As soon as I opened it, I felt like the screen was all white, and all I see is the sentence, you have passed the NCLEX-RN examination. I was really speechless, my friends. I praised God, kissed my dog, jumped out of the bed. I was dancing all around, crying, and I was so happy. And until at this moment, the adrenaline is still there. I was very, very happy. So that's it. You prepare a lot, plus you have a balanced physical and spiritual life. You use good tools for review, and welcome to the RN world, my friends.